Yeah, we don't want to hear it. It's still a melted building. A melted lady. It's all melted buildings, even if people want to digitally alter it and make it this or that. Know that, folks. And that's not a blue smurf. You know what? Gynecologists can't call it. Huh, Dave? Well, it wasn't. And that's digitally altered right there. But they do that today to try to, mislead people. So that's why I showed you. They do that to just mislead people about what we're talking about. You see, melted, because there's cities like that. And they say, oh, architects built stuff this way because they want to be cool or some shit, right? But we're telling you that all the mountains are melted buildings. And that's a fact. Nobody digitally altered them like that image. That image right there. Not that one. Melted buildings. Same there. A lot more investigating needs to go on. But we know that's melted. No years of layers of this or that did that. It was melted. It's easy to see the truth. That's not digitally altered. Look how thick those walls were. It's melted. Much beyond Antarctica. We know this is true because we can't go there. And they said you can't go there because they know we know all the mountains are melted buildings. you see the melt? It's not digitally altered right there. That's actual picture. That's the polluted world. Too many blue pills. They stacked up. They're out telling lies. Well, we told you that all the capitals in America were already here when they founded this place. Yes. Yes, indeed. All the mountains are melted buildings. So don't believe the illusion they give you when they try to trick you in. Oh, look at this building or that building, and all twisted. That's because they will digitally alter stuff to try to get it in the game. So they can say, oh look, debunk that guy. See, that's just digitally altered. That's what they did with the Sleeping Beauty. And they had 32,000 views on it, and then all of a sudden they shut it down. No more views. What happened? See, because I said the truth. I said regardless if they digitally altered it, it's still a melted building. And they'd only go about trying to do that to cause, confusion and more see, not on point. So that's the fact, Jack. So all the mountains are melted buildings, and check it out. See, some people would say, well, how could you say that's a building? Well, why did they go way out of their way to put stuff like this all through the internet of melted buildings when we're telling you right there's melted buildings? Okay? Melted whatever they had, not this fake stuff that they're showing you here, twisted like that. But there's stuff like that, so they do that kind of stuff. And then they say, oh, that was built in such and such, and blah, blah, blah. But the point is, all the mountains are melted buildings. And you gotta see past that nonsense that they throw in the game. And they throw a lot of crap like that in the game. And, yeah, Pikes Peak. I was born in Colorado Springs, Colorado, Pikes Peak. So yeah, this is Meltology. We re-bricking reality. They'll give you a misconception of reality in everything they do, and we say, no, we ain't going there. We ain't going there. So we know that for example, if that what you're seeing now would continue to have melted, it will look like that. And that's not hard to see. And that's not an augmented picture you're seeing there. That is an actual picture of this melted realm. That was all buildings. Okay, that's like that. Many places in America you can't go to looks like that, and even more for sure looking like buildings with rooms and everything and pillars and all that. And that's a fact. So Pockets of Survival is stuff you see like this all over, and you can tell by the transition of the brick and the mortar and so forth, what it went through when this whole realm melted. But there's pockets of survival. It melted and left like stuff like this everywhere, and people call it mountains. It's not mountains. That's a fact, Jack. That it kept melting, what would it look like? Some shit. Something they call a mountain, huh? Red bricks. I always say it over and over. I say, yeah, to you people who call yourself Christians, in the Word it says, I'll leave you homes you didn't build, cities you didn't build, and wells you didn't dig. Well, where you dig? Well, everywhere. We're showing you. Red brick cities, you're probably living in it. Everywhere, see? It was already here, folks. They just moved in, fixed it up, eliminated, evicted the people who are here. The bronze top, capital, where the soul resides, energy. They turned a lot of these capitals into prisons here in America, around the world, or they turned it into your state capitals. And these were energy hubs where they were harnessing electricity. All the homes were energy efficient. They knew what they were doing back then. They tricked and metered us for a long time. You don't have to be getting electricity from these freaks. Here's the truth. So yeah, we gotta look at some buildings, like red brick buildings, so you understand when you're looking at these big mountains. Man was mounting up. These are just pockets of survival, you know. Red bricks, man. Now you can see like the corner and different areas, you know, you can scan with your eye and see something went down. Something more than you really realize. It got so hot that, believe it or not, it got so hot that, well, look around, folks. Look at all the rocks. It's melted something. Something was so hot it melted it. And there's you got your rocks and all the other junk and stuff like that. It got so hot. Anyway, I just like looking at the red brick buildings in this red brick realm. You know, the only difference you really see is after people are fixing them up, the different plaster castings that people do, you know what I mean? You know, and we look in the past and, you know, because of certain things, we're misguided in regard to what the real truth is about everything, you know? That's a complete energy building in itself. And crazy and the kooky, mysterious and spooky. Yeah, for real. I told you about him on TV, kind of showed you. But not really. Maybe a little bit, but they knew more. And they didn't tell you, because they're hiding the secrets from you. You know? So we just took a quick jaunt there. We got off the mountains, look like melted buildings, but we don't want to go just look at mountains all day, because we know what they are. They're buildings. So we just jaunted right into the buildings that went through a meltdown. People fixed it up, abandoned it, or never fixed it up, just left it abandoned, or fixed it up, abandoned, fixed it up, abandoned. Sort of like what's happening in major inner cities, until the point where they're just going to demolish stuff. They gave us narratives like they built these beautiful schools all throughout Detroit for the kids and stuff, and that's a complete sham lie, because those buildings were already here, folks. So We need a real mayor of Detroit. We don't need no fake people like we got now. Well, that's what I say, folks. So what do you say? Leave a comment in the comment box. What do you say? Are you a melted building believer? And look around this realm. Look how much abandoned red brick realm there is everywhere. Why would this beautiful building be abandoned? My goodness, I don't have a clue. Look at that, man. Look at them arches. Absolutely gorgeous, man. And it went through a cataclysmic event and it survived. A survivor. 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 Are you coastlines? Survive. See, if that would have kept melting, what would it look like? Huh? You know, go right back to the fact. They say if that would have kept melting, it would look like that. See? Yes, sir, indeed. Sweet. What's up, hey Will? No, I wasn't doing Detroit. I just randomly kind of showing different buildings and mountains that look like melted buildings and just kind of killing time, man. The old lady's gone. And it's 2:30, 2 o'clock or something like that. Just killing time, man. So what's up, eh? Will, you from Detroit? Huh? Whereabouts, bro? Yeah, if you're close, man, we'll hook up and do something. Oh, Mount Clemens? Okay. I know where Mount Clemens at. I'm in a suburb of Detroit. I'm only about 30 minutes away from Detroit. And Mount Clemens, that's not that far. So Mount Clemens. I used to live in Waterford, Michigan, next to Pontiac. I lived in Pontiac, Michigan, too, for a minute when I was a youngster. So I lived in Auburn Hills for a minute. I lived in Drayton Plains, Michigan. Lived in White Lake, Michigan. Where else have I lived in Michigan? Davisburg, Michigan. I lived in Davisburg, Michigan for a while, for about a year. Well, I'm glad you stopped by and said hello there, Will. Like I said, we ain't really doing much, man. We ain't up to par, man. I got a broke toe. I kind of remedied myself by taping the other toe to it and kind of splinting it, and kind of probably the only thing they was gonna do for me anyway. So I'm kind of doing that and trying to take it easy a little bit. Smoking on I'm smoking some lemon super haze today. Real tasty strain and 86% THC. Oil, smoking oil. Yeah, start looking. I bet you in Mount Clemens there's some of the old buildings there that been just fixed up and stuff everywhere. I know right now, if you go to Walled Lake, Michigan, they got dispensaries down there. They're fixing up some of it right there on the by the seawall. They're right by the Walled Lake itself. They're fixing up a red brick building. You go look, the foundation exposed, and you know it went through some kind of melt, some kind of cataclysmic event happened. You can go look at it right now. I was just there about, what time is it now? I was there about 10 o'clock this morning. Walled Lake, Michigan. Yeah. Look, they're digging up the red brick road in Detroit right now, too. Close to where I live, there's a Dublin Elementary School. They are destroying a red brick school that would have lasted another 1,000 years sitting there. But they're destroying it to build something else. And it's a shame. You can go down there right now and get a brick. They'll give you a brick. Oh, he's smoking some green crack, some daytime pot. Well, that's a hybrid, ain't it? Yeah, it's a hybrid. It ain't sativa, but yeah, it's the upper. So is Super Lemon Haze. It's a sativa. It's got a little bit of CBD in it. Very little amount. So it was refined pretty good, but it's 86% pure THC. Yeah, it is a shame, man, to see all that being destroyed like that, man. Especially, we used to start looking at, I'm going to say this, man. Since I've been chasing the red bricks and following it, and the red brick people talking about stuff, I remember when people started talking about Tonga, and not just Tonga, but one cat was talking about that the moon is a reflection of us, but there's a chunk of land, a chunk of something missing in it because it's underwater and it's Tonga, and you put it up there and it fits right and exactly in regard to this perspective this gentleman was given. But my point is this: right after we talked about Tonga, then the Japanese guy went under there and, who found all that underwater city and everything. Thereafter, everyone talked about it, but then they just, all of a sudden, there's a volcano there and it exploded. See? So it seems like anytime the red brick community's talking about something now, later it's destroyed. Sure enough, again, the YouTubers were deep in Ukraine prior to all this Ukraine crap going on. They're there and they're stopping by and talking about Chernobyl and telling you and showing you the red brick world there. And next thing you know, hey, Ukraine's under fire, and it's tighter because we had YouTubers going into places you're not supposed to go to, Chernobyl, showing you all these huge apartment complexes made out of red bricks, big buildings everywhere. And the Geiger counter's not showing any lethal, count or anything like that. They just wanted them out of there. These were energy buildings of the past, and they had to get them out of there. Same thing. Look at Italy, for example. Over 50,000 abandoned towns and villages, and some of them were just abandoned and people thrown out of there as recent as 2002. So they're still busy at it. And you go look at some of that stuff and you say, why would they have done that? And that's what half your earthquakes are anyway. Well, probably all your earthquakes is just melted buildings collapsing, infrastructure collapsing somewhere underneath, from the melt. But anyway, so yeah, we rocking and rolling, we're buzzing. So we gotta keep the camera going now. We gotta keep the show going. I just stopped and talked. Sorry about that. I thought the slide was still going, but it wasn't going. So the slide wasn't going. So, but that's all right. We just keep rolling here. We had A Will stop by. You know. So look, Apocalypse Survival. See the background? All that will probably look exactly the same, or even more glorious than what you're seeing there. But it will look like that. And see, that's this yellow brick road that you find, because it was all cooked out. The red was cooked out. Got so hot. Well, that was someone at the door, and I knew who it was. It was just either UPS guy or FedEx, or we don't get Amazon here. Okay, I gotta be right back. I'll be right back. Alright, I'll be right back. Someone's at the door for real. It ain't the Amazon people, so I gotta get this clear my way. I'll be right back, man. If you're not there, that's cool. I'm just playing around. So, yesterday I had a meet. Let me go get the door. Hold on.
Who knows what tomorrow will bring? Maybe sunshine and maybe rain. But as for me, I'll wait and see. And maybe it'll bring my love to you.
I'm back. Nobody's here, but that's okay. We're still back. Let me see what else is going down here. It's killing time. Sun's trying to come out there. My girls are basking in the sun. Yeah, those two folks. They were here. When did it happen? Not that long ago. We all tend to agree upon that at least. And that's pretty damn cool. But now we got to locate my vape pen here, man. I love that one there. That's awesome. Isn't it? Huh? Huh? That's an awesome one, man. And some pictures just move your heart, you know what I mean? It makes you think of what's real and what's not, you know? Look at that. Can you see it, folks? Well, to the untrained eye, you can't see nothing but a building. But all you meltologists, just one glimpse and bam, red bricks. Yeah, that's why I love meltologists. Yeah, I do. They alright. But you get them in a group, sometimes it ain't good. But individually, meltologists rule. Because they're telling the truth, see? Introducing Meltology. The real truth, not the Disney story. Yeah, see what I mean, Jelly Bean. Red bricks to ya. See, principal high buildings, right? Now, just like we said earlier, if we'd have made them look a little bit more melted, it would look like what we want to call mountains. But all the mountains are what, folks? Melted buildings. And you're looking at pockets of survival that survived all over in your community, in your residential area. You'll see them. They're destroying. There's scheduled over 1,500 buildings are going to be destroyed in Detroit. Mother, what the heck, man? So all they can do is destroy. Melted. Well, anyway, thanks for stopping by there, Will, eh? Looky there. Multiplication. leaves you just pondering, you know what I mean? Like, what the heck? What happened? You know? As you travel the red brick road, it will always start the gap. It will be start bridging that gap of what's real and what's not. And you'll see that all the cities in the whole world, we're already here. There's still, if you do Google right now, you get on Google and you see all the gridded out stuff that ain't nothing, nobody there, but it's still gridded out. You can still see it from the air. More evidence. You know, everything. You get your drafting board out, you architects and all that, and you see your ley lines and all that crap you want to talk about. They already had it all gridded out, dude. Yep. So, what are we going to do now? I think we're going to have a quick intermission. We'll have a quick intermission. Smoke one, right? I think it's time to smoke one. We'll be right back. But we're here. We're here. I mean, we'll be right back looking at buildings and maybe some more mountains. What they call mountains. But you and I know they're melted buildings. And, I've been kind of focusing, trying to look at just buildings, because everywhere I go around here, even in your residential neighborhood, you see these foundations all the way around the yard. That's an old foundation of the whole building used to be there, but they're only using it. They're using it like the fenced-in area, but it's melted building, and there's more under there, and there'll be a cistern attached to it, and all kind of shit. And people don't really know what they have purchased and where they're living, because we haven't been informed. They'll give you some narrative of when something was built or put in there, and that's a lie. And I've seen that repeatedly in the real estate industry, you know, for tax reasons and all other kinds of reasons, you know, for codes, to make sure that you made the code for something, or you get the grandfather clause of this or that or this, or all kind of dumb shit. So, and it just helps bury it, helps the lie. See, they just bury it with all this paper trail of lies. Like, I was in a building that was built before 1929 that they tell you was built in 1990, and yet I played in that same building in 1976. So what's the real date of that building? Not 1929. That's when they founded it. Okay? So that's when they founded it, and then they alter it by putting an addition on it and then put it back on the market, say it was built in 1990. See how they work it? That's a fact, and that's law. Doesn't that seem like trickery, usury? Anyway.
Tomorrow is about putting
Something.
energy
It ain't right.
today.
I know that.
That's why we're
Tomorrow
investing
is
over
about
$4 billion
tomorrow.
in
It ain't even
renewables
there
and
yet.
solutions.
So
Bridging
the solution for tomorrow was gotta stick in today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Ambridge. You ain't Aunt B. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So, nobody else out there. Hey, Will, stop by. That was great. Somebody let me know that at least I'm reaching out there. I'm just not talking to myself. So, real good stream today. No drop frames. Everything seems to be running real smooth. That's cool. bricks. Red bricks. Red bricks. All red bricks. Now they kept melting. What it looked like that. Huh. Yeah. Right there. Perfect. Another perfect example. Little clock right here. Vibrations. Vibrations of the past. Red bricks. All the mountains are melted buildings.